I mentioned in a recent video that a hypnotist from California, Deanna Nunez, introduced the idea that before you actually have confidence, it's a really valuable thing to recognize that what you need is courage. Courage to step outside of your comfort zone and try something new. Courage to put yourself in a vulnerable position where you might not succeed and do it anyway. Courage to feel the sensations that we label as anxiety and do it anyway. And that's what courage is. It's the ability to, regardless of whatever self doubt you have, whatever uncertainty you're facing, you're able to just go ahead and do it anyway. It's a funny thing because once you do that and you succeed, or even if you don't succeed, you're going to learn something that's going to position you to succeed the next time or the time after that. One of the precepts of NLP is there's no such thing as failure. There's only feedback. And that's a beautiful idea because it's 100% true. When you step back and you look at it, you're either going to succeed and get the results that you're looking for, or you're going to come up short. And that's a tremendous opportunity to learn. Most of the things I've learned in life that have stuck with me, the things that I haven't forgotten about, are times when I made mistakes, times when I had to suffer the consequences of something not working out the way I wanted. And by consequences, it's usually a little feeling of embarrassment. It's not a big consequence. It's just a feeling of disappointment in yourself, of discomfort. We all wear a mask, and we all pretend that we're not wearing a mask. And that's just part of human nature. It's what we all do. People want to be liked. In prehistoric times, if you weren't part of the tribe, there was a good chance you weren't going to survive out in the wild by yourself. It's bred into us. You want to be accepted in the tribe for your own safety. Even though nowadays that doesn't have much to do with it. As we get older, it's a lot easier to give up the idea that people have to like you. By the time you get a little age on you, you understand that if they like me, that's great. I'm glad they appreciate me. If they don't like me, it's not going to affect me that much. And I'm sure we've all had old aunts or grandmothers who just said whatever they thought, and sometimes that can be an embarrassing situation. You get to the point where you just don't care if people accept you or not. It's just not necessary. It's not anything that has to bother you in the least. Often people don't learn some of these things till they're advancing in their years. And I just think it's a really useful thing for younger people. Maybe they're not going to buy into it right away because somebody tells you something. Most of the time it goes in this year and out this year. You're not buying it until you experience it. Once you experience it for yourself, it's easy to figure out. But it's still not a bad idea to be introduced to some of these concepts because you're going to be on the lookout for them. And perhaps you'll see some evidence that these things are true. Keep watching. Tom Mulryan, EquestrianHypnoCoach.com.